Hi, so we're going to do a quick introduction to Python. And so let's take a look though before we start and ask ourselves, so what is data? And and so data, let's just throw this out for statistics. And in the traditional statistics class, you basically see a list of numbers. Okay, that's data. But data can be categories that we put ourselves in, like gender, or whether or not we're Southern Baptists or Methodists, or not affiliated with um, any kind of religion. So there's category data, and there is numeric data. All right. And what do statisticians do with data? Well, first of all, what's a statistic? A statistic is something like the average or the median that you can calculate from a list of numbers. Okay, so statistics is the study of the different things we can calculate from these data sets. Now, what kinds of questions can statisticians ask and answer? So, so we can describe data. In other words, there might be a story in the data that we want to tell, and a lot of times there's a really good graphic we can use to help explain that narrative from the data. And that's called descriptive statistics. But there's also when we have a hypothesis about the data, or about some conclusions that may be drawn from the data, we have statistical tests that are called hypothesis tests that can actually help us answer a question of, for example, are biological males or females more perfectionistic at the University of North Georgia? We have a data set and we can actually ask that question. We can ask whether or not students in the Corps of cadets or civilians are more perfectionistic. Okay, so those are the kinds of things that statisticians can ask and answer. But here's the key thing I want you to think about. How has data changed in the past 20 or 30 years? And I'd like to just toss out social media. What does my social media provider, what does Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, or TikTok, what does the provider know about us? What data do they have on us? And they know more than just our address and, birthday, right? What do they know about our drinking habits? How often we consume adult beverages and what kind? What do they know about our, I mean, let's just be real here. What do they know about our sexuality? What do they know about our friends? What do they know about the car we drive, the shoes we wear? Um, and again, these are all data. And I'll just say this: what, what do the social media companies do with all this data? They sell it. That's why signing up for Facebook is free. They're able to monetize all of the information and data that they collect from their users. Now, I don't want to get too creepy about what it is that we share online, but I do want to remind you that there is all kinds of data. The photos that we upload have all kinds of data in them, and they can be analyzed, and they are being analyzed. The videos that we upload. And so just want to broaden your mind. In the last 20 or 30 years, the kinds of data that are available have changed. Okay, so the assignment today is we're going to do the first day assignment. I'm going to show you how to open the D2L. Well, I'm not going to show you that. I assume you know how to open the D2L course homepage and open the course calendar. So let's pull that up. Okay, so if you click on the start here, it goes to another menu, and there is the course calendar. And please click on it. Why? Okay, there is a little web page in here that has all of the assignments and the different notebooks we'll use for the instructional videos. They're all here. And just click in the table somewhere, and I just press the right arrow to move over, and first day assignment. So click on that. Okay, and you should be doing this. I know it's going to be difficult because you're trying to watch the video on a computer while I'm asking you to work on your computer, but this is what we're going to do. And what I'd like you to do, and this will take a second, I'm going to pause the video for a second, but it will, the first time you go in. It's creating your own area in the UNG Data Hub. So give it a few seconds and you will log in with your UNG credentials, okay? Okay, and I'm back. And so now the first day assignment is loaded up. Let me go back to the PowerPoint. We're going to, we've already done that, okay? And it's basically just a survey, and we're going to learn a little bit about variables and how to navigate inside these Jupyter notebooks, these Python notebooks. And I need to learn how to export it as a PDF. Why? Well, okay. I will admit that if we can't get PDF to work, we can export as an HTML file, .html. Sorry, I'm trying to type, but so PDF though is preferred. Why? Well, if there are any graphics in the PDF version, the graphics print out, and in the HTML version, they don't. Okay. And as soon as you have it exported as a PDF, you can upload that to D2L and you're ready to get an A on your first assignment. So let's just go through this really quickly. So this is called a cell. And if I double click on it, you can see that these cells just have text in them. And when it's just text in a cell, you'll notice that it's marked down, okay? And how do I execute a cell? I hit Shift Enter, okay? And all that does is it executes the code and then jumps to the next one. And there's more, see, and it's actually saying this, just hold down Shift Return, okay? So boom. And then some of the cells are code in the Python 3 language, right? So this is still Markdown, but I go up here and I could turn it into code if I wanted to, but it isn't code, it's Markdown. So when I hit Shift Enter, it will go back to displaying that text. Okay, so I'm supposed to replace the ellipses with my name. Okay, and you can see I've done that. You should have ellipses right here. Inside the quotation marks, do not erase the quotation marks. Why? Okay, because when you're putting in text, like your name, the letters of your name, it needs to be in quotation marks. That's how we let the computer know this is a text variable, okay? And that is the name I go by. And then this is a code block. So notice that now we're in code. And if I hit Shift Enter, sorry, okay, Shift Enter and Shift Enter. And okay, what does it do? Well, it's just put my name in this variable. Okay. And so now what I'm supposed to do, I was a freshman yesterday in class, so maybe I'm a sophomore today. And then it prints out this, and it changes this word based on what letter you put in, what number you put in. Now, numbers don't need quotation marks, okay? Year is going to be a numeric variable. If it's a number I'm putting in there, then I do not need quotation marks, okay? And again, so you're just going to replace the ellipsis inside the quotation marks below with your name, and then this one is 1, 2, 3, or 4 based on whether you were one of these. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 based on one of those. Okay, so I've got my name. Sorry, didn't get that executed, so Shift Enter. And so now, what do I have? I have my major, and I was joking around yesterday in class. Let's just say my major is math. Okay, let's finish up the question. I'm supposed to give my extroversion factor on a scale between 0 and 10, where 10 is extremely extroverted and 0 is completely introverted. Okay, so 0 is introvert, 10 is extrovert. And I just threw in the number 8 before. If I want to change that again, this is just a number. Boom. And it is choosing these adverbs, or adjectives for extroverted based on which number you use. Okay, and then on average, how many people do you text per week? I put in a 1. Again, it's a number, so it doesn't need quotation marks. I do not text that many people. in a month, much less in a week. So um, go ahead. And then your introduction, you just run this cell, and now you're going to get a little paragraph that prints out down here that has the answers to the survey that you've answered up above. Okay, and hopefully you can get through that. What are the key things? Remember that if you're entering text, right, you're going to put in quotation marks. Put it in quotation marks. So when you enter your name, it is text. When you enter your major, it is text. So those things go inside quotation marks. Numbers, you can just enter the number. It doesn't need quotation marks. Now, how am I going to get this? So also let me mention, hit save. Again, there are power outages. We do have computer crashes for whatever reason. And when you hit save, it says checkpoint created. Okay. And again, that just means that it's saved in the cloud, it's saved in the UNG Data Hub, and if, God forbid, something happens, all my work is saved, and when I log back into the Data Hub, I can get to it. So, every 5 or 10 minutes when you're working on an assignment, go ahead and hit the save button. Okay? And how am I going to download? Okay? Just the file menu is right up here, right? So click on the file menu, download as, and then PDF. Don't worry about that via LaTeX. Just the PDF, and boom. And it will work. The computer will work for a minute. I'm going to pause the video, but that's how you do it. Okay, so when you have the PDF downloaded, you can name it. You are supposed to name it based on your last name. Okay. And you're supposed to upload it into D2L. There is an assignment called First Day Assignment. And so you go into D2L, into the Assignments tab, you click on First Day Assignment, and you upload this PDF file. If you have any trouble with the PDF, remember that an HTML file is okay. Sorry. There is the PDF of the file. And sorry about that. I don't really want that up there. Okay. So I can take that PDF file, right, and I can upload it into D2L. So find the First Day Assignment in the Assignments tab and turn that in. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. And what's the best way to get a hold of me? Teams, yeah, okay. Now what happens if I can't get it exported as a PDF? Remember, HTML is also just as good. We prefer PDF. It's a little easier to grade because it renders the graphics better. But we will grade HTML if you can't get the PDF to work. So, 5 minutes before a deadline, if all you can get is the HTML, just turn in the HTML. If you can, please turn in the PDF version. Okay, that's the First Day Assignment. That's all you have to do. That's all that's due this week. And we should be done. All right, I'll check back in with a help video on Friday about the reading quizzes and how to get a good grade on those. All right, I'll talk to you soon.